Now, I mentioned earlier about an auction, and I just wanted to briefly touch on it. I don't think you should do this every single time. I was running one of these events 3 or 4 times a year. You know, the first one that you do is a lot of work and you're exhausted at the end of it, but after that, every single one of them's actually quite easy, and you start to get really, really good at it, really slick. Everybody knows what they're meant to do, and it's really no bother at all. The first one that you do, you've got to organise all these other bits and pieces that we're talking about. But after that it's easy. So we were doing them about 3 or 4 times a year, and one of those times we would run an auction, not every time because I think it's more of a special thing, and we would do this in the last customer appreciation evening that we had for the year. Okay, so I'll really quickly run through it. It's not difficult. All that you do is you give out lots of money to people. You print off some silly money, just make it up and print it onto coloured paper, make it look like Monopoly money, and make them in $10,000 notes or higher. The idea is it's meant to be ridiculous. So any opportunity you can, you give people money all through the night. So they could get $10,000 just for coming on time. They could get $10,000 for bringing a friend. They could get $50,000 for coming up the front to do a selling spot. They could, you know, whatever. You could send them $10,000 just with their invitation card. So they're already there. Now, at the end of the night, you'll then have the auction, and it'll be for gifts that have been wrapped so nobody knows what they are, because some of them will be booby prizes. And I remember I had one woman spend a ridiculous amount of money, something like $300,000 on an onion that was wrapped up. And that was hilarious, and even she thought it was funny because they get really into their bidding for whatever prizes. Some of the prizes have to be good prizes though. Now, to do the auction you need to be really quite confident, and we actually always found that out of all the consultants taking part, there was normally a husband that was quite keen on doing this, and some of them have quite untapped talents, I have to say. So often it would be a husband who would come and would get the little hammer and he'd do the auction, and it was great fun. Towards the end, when some people have got lots of money and the people that don't have much money can see that they're not going to be able to win anything, they start bartering with each other for giving their money to people as well. So it's really, really a lot of fun, but you would only want to do it every now and again. So that's the auction.